Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace, and today is Monday, December 14th. This is the last episode of 2020. I'm taking a break after this, but I'll be back in the new year, so never fear. If you'd like to follow me on any of my social medias, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Ravelry. I don't think that's the order that I said. Feels weird in my mouth. It's all of those things. I just haven't said it in the correct order that I normally say it in, so that's kind of weird. I'm very confused, but that's okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. I said all the right platforms. It's just in the wrong order, which doesn't matter. I also have show notes. Links to things that I'll be talking about in this episode will be on my blog. So if you're on YouTube, the link to my blog will be down below. Or if you're on my blog already, everything is already there. I have some amazing apple cinnamon tea that has lower caffeine because I've had too much caffeine today. I was feeling a little jittery, a little anxious, needed to calm down. Been on top of my water, so I am hydrated. But I also wanted a festive drink, so this apple cinnamon tea is doing wonders for my soul right now. It's very hot, but it is quite delicious. I apologize for this weird angle. I'm not super happy with it, but that's okay. We have to roll with it because up until this point, I've had such a good habit of immediately plugging the camera back in as soon as I'm done recording, so it can charge. And I have not done that for the past 2 weeks for some reason. I don't know why. I just stopped. And so when I came to start recording, it was basically dead. So it's very unfortunate. But we have made it work. That's a different angle of sorts. But we still have this festive little tree in the background, which is the main goal, right? It's the main thing. It's so good. Oh, I love it. We have a lot to talk about today. Everyone, my dear friends. I don't know where to start. There's just quite a lot. But there's seemingly a lot and not a lot at the same time. Maybe I'm feeling the pressure of this being the last episode of the year. I don't know. Kind of weird. Anyway, we will get into that in the actual episode. If you'd like to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold, maybe you're making dinner, could be working out, could be working on a puzzle. I love puzzles so much. Could be doing any of those things, or all of those things, or none of those things, something that brings you joy, and you can come back and join me for some gratitude chat. So good. See, the thing is that I needed a little bit of caffeine. I think I started yawning about an hour ago and just needed a little pick-me-up, but didn't want to make myself a full-fledged latte or something like that had a ton of caffeine in it, because I knew that would really just not do well for me. So this has a little bit of caffeine, which is quite nice, and hopefully will kind of wake me up. Because for some reason I'm very tired. I always say that. Apologize. I know we're all tired. It's been a long year. It's been a really long year, but also a very short year at the same time. At times it has been long, at times it has been short, and we're all tired. We are all exhausted. So we are going to enjoy our cinnamon apple tea greatly. I love a good festive tea. Oh my goodness, a fun fact. This is going to bring back so many good feels and good memories. Oh my goodness. Okay, if you know what celestial teas are, pretty sure most every grocery store carries them. It's a tea brand. Celestial Seasons? Is that what it's called? And they have some incredible tea. some very, very good, like year-round tea, but seasonal tea is what I'm going to tell you about. Let me take another sip of my tea. And then we're gonna pull out the wonderful tool that is Google, so I make sure I get the right name of this tea brand that apparently I love so dearly. Celestial Seasonings. Okay, I was correct. And I believe, yes, okay. Oh my goodness gracious, everybody. Okay, so their Christmas teas are the best. They have various Christmas teas. There's like candy cane lane, there's like a gingerbread one, there's sugar plum something, sugar plum dreams maybe, and then my favorite, which is Nutcracker Sweet, which is like their black tea in that collection. And everyone, I grew up being a tea drinker. Like, we would have tea time during school because I was homeschooled, fun fact. We would have tea time every day during school where we would legit drink tea. It's not like we were drinking other things and just calling it tea time. It was legit tea. We had tea time. It was not fake tea time. And the Nutcracker Sweet was like a solid favorite for all of us. And so especially around Christmas time when we would get Nutcracker Sweet, we would, like, if we saw the end cap of it at the grocery store, we would buy all of them because they're just so good. Or as many as we could, because we love that tea so much. And I have not seen it in the longest time. I know they still make it. I say that, I actually don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they still make Nutcracker Sweet, which is really great. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh man, it is like some of the best. Here, I should probably just read what the notes are. Maybe I can. Okay. It is a simple blend of fine black teas made festive with creamy, nutty vanilla flavor with a pinch of cinnamon. Named after the world's favorite ballet. I think that's a very presumptuous thing to say, the world's favorite ballet, though it is quite a popular ballet. Anyway, that's one of my favorite teas of all time. Of all time. And so stuff like this, like the cinnamon apple ones and just festive seasonal teas like that, really, it reminds me of the Nutcracker Sweet, and it reminds me of just the excitement of getting the first box of Nutcracker Sweet of the season, or the sadness of having the last bag of tea of our our collection, our hoard of Nutcracker Sweet. There are some other teas that we had throughout the years. PG Tips is one of them, obviously. That is a tried and true. There was another one. Is it Bigelow? It's vanilla caramel. And I say caramel. Yes, I do. I do indeed say caramel. Vanilla. Ooh, can I even spell vanilla? Vanilla caramel Bigelow tea. Ah, that's it. I found it. You can also buy it on Amazon. So good. I'm glad that it is not completely gone. But I know they don't have it at the HEB that we go to. But that's okay. I'm just glad to know that it's still around, you know. That was another favorite. Nutcracker Sweet, though, is just really so good. It is, like, my favorite of all time. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we've been talking about tea for too long. I forgot to say, if you're new to the podcast, this is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, and tea, but most importantly knitting, because that is what I love to do all day, every day. Today is just a day of me forgetting what I normally say. It's probably because it's the end of the year, right? Probably. Anyway, so people, I have yarn acquisitions, I have advents, I've got finished objects, I've got insane amount of progress. I have delicious tea that we have already discussed. I have a Christmas present for Sam that we're going to talk about very quietly because he's in the other room. But I think the door is shut. So the door is definitely shut to the bedroom, but I don't know if the door is shut to the office. But it's living in this bag disguised as my advent project. Fun fact. Also, we have a New Testament. It's okay. There's a story behind this, and the story makes it all okay. So we're not going to worry about it. And this is the Advent thing. Okay, where do we start? Let's start with finished object. Everything's now laying on the floor, so it's quite a mess, but that's okay. So everyone, my Snoozing, how many times can I say it? I still have it here. For factual facts, it is Danish for the Snow Queen. It was confirmed that is what it means. I saw that on Instagram by someone who I believe is Danish, so I felt correct. This is a test knit for Isabel Kramer. It is completely done. I've taken pictures that I'm very happy with. I believe last week I said that it would be out when our deadline was. It is not out yet. As of Monday, December 14th. I'm not exactly sure when it's coming out, but if you follow me on Instagram, if you follow Isabel on Instagram, you will be aware when it comes out, for sure. I'm very happy with my pictures. I am so happy with how this turned out. I can't even begin to express to you how much I love this thing. And my yarn fiasco of not alternating skeins like I should have, like a good knitter. That being said, if you don't alternate skeins, doesn't mean you're a bad knitter. So, yes. My yarn. So my main color, this beautiful purpley gray with all these delicious speckles, because speckles can be delicious, is Happy Accident by Suburban Stitcher. This is on her sock base. And then I also have my contrast color, which is the pink, which is Nougat from Stranded Dye Works on her singles base. And then I held a strand of white mohair with it to give it some softness and pizzazz, which I am very happy with that decision. I think that was a good choice on my part. And I believe actually the original you hold mohair through the whole thing. But I did not do that, and it is fine. I do understand that changes gauge, but I'm aware of what my choices were. So, yeah. Super love it. We do have garter stitch cuffs on the body and on the sleeves. Love it. Obviously it's in the round, so you do have to alternate rows of knitting and purling, but that is just the nature of garter stitch in the round. So this is another sweater towards my many sweaters of 2020. We have more to come. We have more that have to be finished before the year is done. We got plenty of time. We got 2 weeks, you know. Almost 2.5 weeks, really. So we are fine. We're fine. That's Snoozing by Isabel Kramer. And something about that test knit, I don't know what it was, but once I got that done, it was just like, wow, okay, whew. I've got a little space to breathe here, so we're gonna add on some other test knits. That will be fine. It's okay. It's okay. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. It will be fine. It will be fine. Okay, so that's my first project. That is my first, or my only finished object of this. Actually, no, that's not true. I do have another finished object. I'm getting quite a lot of text messages. I do apologize. So, this is a secret. Don't tell Sam. So last week, I mentioned something called Among Us, and it is a popular video game right now. You can play it on your phone, you can play it on a computer, you can play it with friends, you can play with people online. You have a little character that's basically like a little astronaut person, and you are designated to a color, and then you can wear a fun hat. And basically it's like Mafia, the card game. So you go around killing people if you're the imposter, or you don't, and you do your tasks if you are a crewmate. Thinking of all the right terminology here. I've played many games in one sitting, but I would say I've only played it a couple times. So this game is very popular. Sam loves it quite a lot. And so I made a little guy. And I'm so proud of him. And he's gonna be a Christmas ornament. I'm so excited, I can't even. Like, he's so cute. Crocheted. I stumbled my way through a crocheted pattern. He's got a little backpack. He's got a little masky mask. I didn't make a hat, but that's okay. He's gonna go in the tree. And I'm going to make 2 more for my brothers-in-law in different colors. And I will say, I'm gonna put this away now, but this is my finished object. I finished this in an afternoon. I actually had a trial run, which was very wonky looking and much bigger. So I'm glad that I went with the little baby one, because I found a smaller hook. I had misplaced most of my hooks, and I was like, oh no, this is not good. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, I remember what I was saying. I'm not a crocheter. Like, I know the basics. I know how to make a chain. But if you were like, do a single crochet, I'd be like, okay. How do I do that? So in other words, I'm not. If I have videos, if I have the ability to find out how to do it, I could teach myself. I know how to do it when I can watch something, but I don't know how to do it off the top of my head. That being said, I think I do now, because the pattern that I found was just so incredible, and there was actually a step-by-step video that this person put together. And I believe she has a bunch of other patterns for amigurumi. And her name is Amy Amour. Amy Amour, yeah. And this is her blog. And there is a Ravelry page, which I will link in the show notes. But you do, so she gives the pattern on how to make the actual little guys. And then if you get killed, you have a little dead person thing. So, and I have not checked out her other patterns, but I feel like I see many of them in my future, because it was so easy, and her video was so clear. I didn't have to look anything up. It was very straightforward. I see a baby Yoda. Gonna have to do that. Or Grogu, as his name is. It was just very straightforward, and it was very, very clearly put together. It was a very good pattern. So if you are looking for a pattern for one of these little guys, would highly recommend, especially if you were not a crocheter, such as myself. But that's okay, because it's one of those things that I need to get better at, but I'm feeling really good about it. This one was the main one that needed to get done. And it's done now, so that's all that really matters. Next up is another test knit. My goodness, so many text messages. Okay. Another test knit for Susan. Ye on Knee Knits. This is the Wave Break sweater that I am testing for her currently. I've made a lot of progress since I last showed it to you. I had the goal of being able to show you that I divided for the front and the back. I tried really hard. I tried so hard, and then I realized that there was another deadline that was more pressing, which is the Penguino. But I am still very proud of my progress, and everything is very tangled. But let me show you. What? Okay. So, little Mr. Santa Man is where I was last time I showed it to you. And look at all this amazing progress. So from afar, you can kind of see the fade. There we go, this is a little bit better. Super happy with it. It is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to wear this. I think it'll be so much fun. Both the Santa and my little Christmas light stitch marker are from Jennifer at Hand Stitch Life, which I do love her progress keepers so much. Would highly recommend checking out her shop if you are looking for small gift items. I'm going to move my Santa so I can see my progress. I won't be able to show you guys my progress next week because I will be taking a break, having some downtime. But yeah, this is a bottom-up faded sweater. We've got some wonderful texture, some slip stitch texture. It looks complicated. It is not at all. It's very, very well written, very straightforward in the fading technique. So the pattern is originally written for 2 colors, and the way that Susan has it written, she has the fading instructions laid out. Super easy to follow. So if you are just keeping it for the two colors, then you don't have anything to worry about. I, on the other hand, have thrown in way more colors because let's make things complicated, which is also very fun. So this is definitely, I'm not trying to discourage you from adding more colors to it, because this would be the perfect thing to fade. If you got all the colors to fade, then why not? But I'm just kind of fading when I feel like it, or fading when I run out of yarn. I have used up almost all of my colors, or I have gone through almost all of my colors. I have not used up every color. I've used up a lot of my colors. I have no more of them, which is pretty awesome. I'm very proud of myself to be able to very efficiently stash bust through this sweater. I'm currently working on this, which is Noon from Life in the Long Grass, which was actually in my super secret test knit earlier this year that is still super secret. So that's very exciting. I believe the other color actually made it in here as well. Yep, it did, down at the bottom. I'll be darned. So that's fun. And then I think I have technically like 2 more colors to fade in. But we will see. I think I can. I'm super close to getting to the divide, and I'd like to stop fading soon, just because I want to move along with this quickly, and I know that fading slows me down, which is not a bad thing. It is just a fact of life. And so yeah, I would highly, highly recommend checking out this pattern when it comes out. Our deadline is December 28th, so I think it'll be out around that time, or maybe in the new year. Like I said before, this pattern is very well written. It is full of incredible information that Susan has put together. A very wonderful range of sizes. And yeah, it's very well written. It's very straightforward. It is, everything is very spelled out, which is very good. I appreciate that when designers don't assume that you know what sweater construction is, or when they don't assume that you know everything about making a sweater, which even if I don't claim to know everything about making sweaters, but I do know quite a bit about making sweaters, and even though I may know a lot, it is always nice to be reminded. It's always nice to have clear instructions, not to leave anything up to guess. And so yeah, I would highly recommend checking out. She has one other pattern out currently. I think actually there might be another one that she is having tested right now. But yes, would highly recommend you checking out her Instagram feed. I'm looking at it now. But she has a shawl that is just stunning, that was in the Wisp collection with Farmer's Daughter's Fibers, called the String Along Shawl, that is also would be perfect for fading. Lots of fun texture. And yeah, she's just such a sweet person. And I can't wait for you all to get a copy of this pattern when it comes out. So, this has been quite... I've also done a lot of reading, and I've worked on this quite a lot while reading various things, gotten a lot read, which has been very good. And yeah, so I'm not quite sure where exactly I'm fading to next after this noon color. I need to figure that out. But all I know is it is going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to wear it. So because we are... Focus on me, please. There we go. Because we are going to celebrate Christmas with my family in Colorado, and this pattern comes out on the 28th, I can take some snowy finished object pictures, and I'm very excited. The snow there has been happening quite a lot the past couple days. Some of my family's already there, and yes, I'm looking forward to the snow and the snow pictures. I'm going to take pictures in my Snow Queen snitdrawing in snow. And a lot of other things, like my new test knit, which everyone... Yes, okay, this is my sock bag. Do not be fooled. This has become my hat bag. Okay. There's a story which makes this okay. For some reason, because I thought it would be a good idea. Here, I'm going to have some tea. I think we need some tea. Because I thought it would be a good idea, and because I thought it would be fun, and because I thought I was in complete control of all my knitting deadlines, I thought it would be fun to either complete or finish while there a hat for this trip, a new hat. Hats are easy, hats are short, they're quick, I can whip one out super fast. And though I have many in my queue that I could have pulled from on Ravelry, and many more saved on my Instagram, and just many being published currently, I didn't want to take the time to find a pattern. So I was scrolling through my Instagram feed on Friday. Yes, it was in fact on Friday. And I saw a hat that needed a tester call. It had a tester call. And this hat was exactly what I was looking for. I didn't really know what I was looking for until I saw the hat, and that was the hat that I wanted. And so I was like, oh, well, cool, I can test this hat and I will have a new hat. So it's all okay, you know? I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine. So this is the Pinch of Spice hat. Bye. I have her name, Samantha. Who is a knitwear designer, Samantha Gurin Designs. And she has a sweater that is being tested currently. She also has these super cute like hats, and there's a salt marsh headband that is super cute that just came out recently. This is her. Please focus. This is on her Instagram, and yeah, it looks like she has quite a few designs. And I have followed her for quite a while, I feel like, but I'm not super familiar with her other designs. But yeah, when this one popped up, I was like, I am definitely going to try and get that tested if I can. So this is going to, yeah, like I said, the Pinch of Spice hat. So we got some cables. We got a massive pom-pom. And it is DK held with a mohair. Our deadline is January 12th, so I am not worried. I think it should be fine. The only deadline that I'm putting on myself is so I can wear it for our Colorado trip. I am using Deep Stash. Deep Stash. Here's what I have so far. Is it not beautiful? I love this color so much. And I have my, whoopies, turn around, there we go. I have my hand stitch, or not hand stitch life, this is Little Bitty Delights Progress Keeper, my sugar cookie, but I do have a hand stitch life Christmas light stitch marker marking the beginning of my round. I am using some very old, this is not as old as this, which is Madeline Taj Sport, which is a heavy sport, I would definitely say, in the rosewood colorway. And I got this beginning of high school, mid-high school, ready to be used. So I'm putting it with this Isagar mohair. It's just this light, very, very barely pink mohair. And I think it is going to create the most beautiful hat, and this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a very neutral hat. I wanted a hat that looked like I bought it in some very fancy store. I have the most poofy pom-pom, and I thought like I really wanted a faux fur one. I wanted one so bad because of the picture, and like that's just what I was going for. And I couldn't find, because I knew I had one, and I thought about taking one off of another hat that I just don't wear and using it for this. I looked online, and they are very expensive, which is understandable because it's a very high quality product, or those types of products are, and but I didn't want to spend any money, and also to get the pom-pom in order to be able to take pictures of it and have it finished for this Colorado snowy trip. Probably wouldn't get here in time. I probably would, but I wouldn't want to risk it. And then I found the other one. I don't remember what this other one was saved for. I know it was saved for a hat, obviously, because it's pom-pom, but not that you can't put pom-poms on other things, but you know what I mean. And I was like, it's white and the tips are like a caramely brown, and it could not be even more perfect. Like, it is a match meant to be. So I am so excited about this hat. I'm so excited to be testing this for Samantha, the Pinch of Spice hat. Our deadline is January 12th. It's coming out around that time. I cannot wait to wear this hat. I am finishing this. This is happening. Next up, What do we have next? Let's talk about, we're gonna move my bag of Scoobies out of the way. I don't know how I'm gonna show this to you, but this is the Penguino, and it is massive, and I've gotten so much done. I did fold it up very nicely the other day. Whoa, it's my massive Penguino! This is not for me, it's for Sam. This is one of his big Christmas presents. And he's getting several handmade gifts, which I'm very excited about. I don't really know how to show this to you, but I have finished basically the one side. Okay, so we have our welts. Okay, so then we have one part of the side, then we have the middle side, then we have the far part side that has used Astro's yarn, which is a fun fact, and then we have started into the front oh, I'm caught in a Scooby. Yes. And then we go here, and now these stitches are on hold. So I have to do the same thing on the other side. And yes. 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 This is a lot. This is a lot of knitting, but it is quite a lot of fun. I am definitely enjoying it. I did sneak some hand spun into this little section here. It's the bright blue, fun fact. And yeah, I'm very happy to have used some of the Astro's yarn. I think that's really cool that I got it in there. I did cast on stitches on the wrong side, and I had to rip it out, and that was very upsetting. But it's okay, I got caught up. I'm very happy with my flow of colors, because this is not, like, I keep thinking I have to remember that this one is not for me, and this is, I need to think about, like, what color Sam wants, and, like, does he want a really dark one? Does he want a really light one? How does that work? So yeah, I just have to do the complete other half. I have done the first little side, so I'm now going to do the up and down portion of this thing, I think. Yes, that is correct. And yeah, because it's got the weird cast on, and that's very confusing. And then I do another one of these little guys, and then I do the shaping for the second front, and then we move forward with the sleeves, and this all has to be done by the 22nd, next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow. It doesn't have to, but I would really love it to. I would really, really love it to. So we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't get done, I just have to let it go, and it's not gonna be a big deal. And it's not like Sam is like, oh my goodness, I need to wear this on this trip. That is not at all the case, and I know that he would be very understanding if I didn't get it done, because he knows how busy I've been. But part of me really wants to be able to, for him to wear it and be snuggled up in it when we're there in the cold and the snow. You know? I mean, part of me wants to be able to take a picture of the two of us in the snow, but I also don't really want to pack mine. I have to think about that, but... So that's the thing. And then, and this little guy, my nose is running, and this little guy is my Advent project, which currently, the ball of yarn that is attached to my project is day number 7. So, but that's okay. This is what I have. So far, I love it. I can't even with the colors. It is just beautiful. Where's my progress keeper? There it is, I feel it. Oh. 4 rows got done. Are we proud of me? Because I am proud of me. With all the other things that I had to do that got done, I'm proud of me. So yes, this is the advent calendar, a fading advent calendar by Pineapple Yarns. Marina does incredible work with her yarn. I can't even begin to tell you how much fun this is to knit with. And so I have various balls of yarn, and here you can see there's some blue right down there at the bottom, which is the, what day is that? That's day 10. So we'll put this, this is also the Dotted Rays pattern by Stephen West. Love it so much. I am looking forward to knitting on this as we travel. And just, I need to put this in a bigger bag. This is not, it's just not cutting it anymore. So that blue was number 10. Ooh, here's 11. Here's 12. Here is 13. Love it. And I brought 14 with me, and I haven't opened it yet. So we are going to open it together so we can see, like, how cute is this packaging? I know everybody does such a good job with their packaging, but like, I'm just, ooh, look at this pink in here. Oh, look at that. It's blowing it out. I love this. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this is day 14. This is on her Lonnie sock base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. They are 92 yards. She is from coastal South Carolina. And yeah, this is called All I Need is Vitamin C. And this is what I need to wind up. But I need to finish with days 7, 8, 9, and 10 first. But that's okay. We knew this would happen. I knew this would happen, and I can just let it go. Wouldn't it be nice if they all just blew away? I don't want things to blow away, but that's what that letting things go reminds me of that quote from. Can you guess where that quote is from? Wouldn't it be nice if they all just blew away? Leave me a comment if you know where that quote is from. So yes, I need to wind up these little guys. I do enjoy winding these up by hand. I have taken this time this month to practice winding center pull balls by hand, which I had not really had a lot of practice doing before the month of December of 2020. And I don't know why I decided to do that, but I did. And I have not hand wound all of them by any means. That is definitely not the case, but I hand wound a couple of them and it worked amazingly, and I love it. And I don't think I'll be hand winding balls any other way at this point. Not that I'm often hand winding balls, but you know what I mean. So these need to get wound up. I'm actually going to leave these here because this is my winding station, obviously. In other news, we have yarn acquisitions. So this was pretty funny and wonderful at the same time. I was hanging out with my mom maybe at the end of November. No, beginning of November. Yeah, I don't remember, actually. I think it was before Thanksgiving. And we were watching my little nephew who was in town. He was having some grandparents time with my parents, which was super awesome. And we were looking at our Instagram because he was taking a little snooze. And because he'll be 3 in February. That's why he was taking a snooze. Though naps are wonderful. We were looking at our Instagrams. And Dragon Horde, Tristan of Dragon Horde had just posted a picture of some pre-orders for some yarn, a Christmas colorway that she had come up with as a sock set. And my mom and I looked at each other and we were like, I think we need that. So I bopped on there, got us 2 skeins. We promptly forgot about them, and then they showed up at my mom's door a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. It was like, oh, I forgot. This is wonderful. I can't even. This is so exciting. So we have the sock set of Holiday Hangover by Dragon Horde Yarns. These colors are absolutely gorgeous. I cannot even. And her bases are just so nice. This is her Lore fingering. So I've got 85% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I've got a 636 yard skein and a 20 gram skein, which is 87 yards. I love this, and I love it enough that I don't really want to put it into socks, which is fine. I don't think that's a problem. But I do want to potentially, in my mind, right in this moment, Loop London, the yarn store Loop in London, has a pattern called Tiny Tassels. And it's a garter stitch, triangular shawlette. It's not very big, but and you could adjust it to however big you wanted it. And then you have little tassels, like little baby miniature tassels. And I think like this would be stunning. I think it would be gorgeous. And I think it would be super fun to do at some point. Would I like to cast this on and this be a travel project? Yes, but I have other things that I need to do and other things that the want to cast them on is significantly greater. So it's not that I don't want to cast this on, do not get me wrong. I want to cast this on immediately, but I also want to cast on these little guys need to be added. These 2 guys want to be cast on, but they have not been they've been sitting here for months. You may have noticed in the background of this podcast that they'll make the appearance occasionally as decoration. They've been here the entire time because I keep meaning to wind them up, but I don't, because of other things going on. And then I have real life things. Not that knitting's not real life, but I like the laundry needs to be done. And then like wrapping of gifts needs to be done. And I'm doing work for our church that needs to be done. And it's just like kitty litter needs to be done. I still want to make cookies, which I might be making cookies tonight or tomorrow. I don't actually know. So, right. This is not low on the priority list because I don't want to. It is low because there's just other things that I really want to do, but I also really want to do this. I'm so torn. Okay, so yarn acquisitions number 1. Yarn acquisitions number 2 is really wonderful. And everyone, I'm so excited to get to share this with you. I can't even. This brings me so much joy and happiness, and I am so excited for my dear friend Heather of Heather Handmaids. She is publishing her first design. It is a scarf wrap thing. I believe it's on the thinner side, so it's more of like a scarf. But it is called Textures of Comfort. So as you can imagine, there's a bunch of fun textures, there's a bunch of fun stitch patterns, and there is mohair involved. So I offered to test knit it for her, because why not? I've seen this pattern. I think it is amazing. And she very kindly offered to send me yarn. And so she gifted this yarn to me. I got to pick out my color, and she dyed this up for me. And so I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am for this. And this is not like a sponsored thing. She did not ask me to say these things. I am saying this from the genuineness of my heart. But I picked Toasted Marshmallow, which is like one of my favorite colors of hers. I can't begin to describe to you how beautiful this is. I can't even. Like, it is just so beautiful. It's just so subtly creamy, yet the brown just adds so much depth and dimension to it. And then on the mohair, can we even, like, what? So yes, this is Toasted Marshmallow. This is her mohair lace, which is 72% kid mohair, 28% silk. And then this is her simple sock, which is 100% superwash merino. And yeah. I am so excited to be able to test knit this for her. I'm so excited to be able to use her yarn as well. I can't even. I am so excited and I am so grateful for this gift from her. It was very generous and I am looking forward to casting this on as soon as possible. This also needs to be wound up, so I'm going to put this over here to be wound up. Also, here is her logo. So you can go check her out. She has so many other fun colors. She actually just recently released her winter collection of colors, which there's so many amazing colors there. She has a new bulky base, which is super exciting. I love a good bulky. And she put together a collection within the winter collection that are based off of the very traditional and amazing bulbed colored Christmas lights. So it's very like nostalgic and really cool looking, and I would highly recommend you go and check her out. Like I said, Heather's a dear friend of mine and she is just a wonderful human being, and I think you should go and check out her Instagram, follow her, subscribe to her newsletter, all that jazz, and I cannot wait to show this pattern to you. So I will be casting this on as soon as possible. This will be coming with me. There are people outside this window and I am currently talking about a pattern. Shh. I'm talking about knitting. Can you please be quiet? This is coming with me to Colorado, so this will be a travel project. I'm working on my travel projects. I'm working on figuring out what needs to be done, things that I want to get done before we leave, so I don't have to worry about them. It's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. If I don't get things done, it will be okay. It's just deadlines that I put on myself. But I cannot wait to cast this on. I can't even with this color. Like, can we even? Oh, I'm so excited. I love this color so much. And there's like just very sporadic speckles of either like a very dark brown or black, and it's just so beautiful. I can't even. I love this so much. So thank you again to Heather for gifting me this yarn and enabling me to test knit your pattern, and I can't even. I'm so excited for you and for everything. Just so much amazingness going on right now. I just want to knit on all the things. And then, people, I'm getting a spam call. I'm busy. What was I going to say? Oh, I know. It's the holidays. It's Christmas time. Gifts are getting ready to be exchanged, and I know that there is yarn underneath our Christmas tree right now, and for the most part the yarn that I asked for was for specific projects, and I'm gonna want to cast on those projects when I open the yarn, and so I'm gonna have to pick what one do I want to cast on. So I do have in my traveling list that I have already started, though we don't leave for a while because I like to be organized and plan ahead. You know, I have made a list. I feel like I should do this every day, and then I can like narrow down what I'm feeling. A list of projects that I want to bring, and so this is assuming even if the Penguino doesn't get done, I'm not bringing the Penguino because that's just like a no. things that I want to knit on, things to cast on, because this will be an intense cast on-itist, which is no shame. It's the holidays. I could treat myself. And then also, if I finish all these things that I want to get done before that time, I am for sure rewarding myself because, you know, treat yourself. And I'm going to treat myself anyway, even if I don't finish everything, because it's the holidays and it will bring me joy. I know it will. So I have things that I want to cast on, which there's a place for Christmas present. I just don't know which project it is, which that's the thing. So I had that. Heather's thing needs to be cast on. There was something else that I wanted to cast on. What was it? Someone's stomping on the stairs outside. That's not great. What was it? And then I have listed a couple other pattern or projects that I have currently on my needles that I would like to bring with me to work on that are not, oh, the hat, obviously, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that hat gets finished because that's also in the deadline. Oh man, okay, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I can't overthink it. We're not gonna overthink it. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna wear that hat and it's gonna be gorgeous. I'm gonna take some amazing pictures. So I just talked for about an hour. That feels really good. Also, this is the last episode of 2020, guys. This is really crazy. Thanks for sticking with me this year. I hope I have provided some amount of entertainment. I would hope inspiration, knitting wise. I don't know. At least encouragement, maybe some joy, maybe I made you laugh. I would hope that. If not, that's okay. I laugh at my jokes. You know, so yeah, this is pretty crazy. Obviously I'll be back in the new year, so this is not goodbye. This is not goodbye. I will be back. And in the new year, we're going to go over the goals from 2020. We're going to go over the goals of 2021. And I know that some will carry over because I didn't get them done, because they were also on the goal list of 2019 and they didn't get done. So then they got moved to 2020 and now they're going to be moved to 2021 and it's going to be okay. They'll get done eventually. Those crafting goals, there's no pressure to get them done. Yeah, this has been a lot of ups and a lot of downs have happened this year. A lot of really amazing things and a lot of really terrible things. But we can rejoice that it is the end of the year. We can rejoice, hopefully, that you have stayed relatively healthy, that you've stayed safe, or I don't know, because not everyone has stayed healthy, not everyone has stayed safe, not everyone's jobs have been secure, people have lost their jobs, people have found new jobs, people's jobs have become more secure, all the essential workers doing all the incredible work that they do, just powering through. It's a lot. It is a lot, but here we are at the end of 2020, ready to start a new year. That's the ice maker. Sam is getting himself ice. Ready to start a new year. hopefully with bigger and better things than this year, moving forward better things. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are lots of things I could say right now, but I've already talked for an hour. All I can say is I am thankful for the ability to create. I am thankful for little things that have been a constant joy this year throughout lockdowns and having to stay away from people and trying to be safe, like audiobooks and podcasts and people on YouTube and Instagram who have seen this and taken this time to like put out even more content to make sure that people are like, they have stuff to keep them occupied. And I'm grateful for all the people doing all the hard work that I can't do, like the nurses and doctors and stuff like that, trying to keep everyone, take care of everyone. I don't know. Okay, we could talk for forever. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for having this podcast. It's definitely one of those things that has remained a constant in my life this year, and I appreciate that. This is something that I have not missed. Or when I say I haven't missed, I haven't like skipped out on, and it would have been very easy to. It would have been very easy to be like, I'm not feeling inspired today. I just haven't really crafted a whole lot this week, so I'm just gonna pass. Which there are certain times for that, and that is totally understandable and no shame. And in fact, I may try and do that more next year, just because it's good to take breaks. It's good to have a little breather every now and then. And but yeah, filming every Monday has been such a joy, and being able to talk to you guys and being able to just get to know everyone and just having a wonderful community. It's just really amazing. I'm getting another spam call, guys, and now it's getting really dark. So, cheers to you. Cheers to the Catnip Podcast. Thanks for being a wonderful group of people. You all are wonderful. Thanks for listening to me rant and rave about all things, not just yarn. And yeah, I have all the social medias. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Ravelry. That is the order that goes in. Why did I have such a hard time with that at the beginning of this episode? That's dumb. Anyway, I got it right in the end. I have show notes you can follow. You can go find the links to things that I've talked about. I'm looking forward to things in 2021. Just projects. Plans for projects. Creative plans. I'm excited. So, with that is all that I have for you guys. But before I go, I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you continue to have a wonderful week and the next week. And if you have crafty plans, I hope that they are successful. I hope you are wonderfully successful with your gift knitting. If you are behind, you got this. If you're ahead, way to go. Same thing with wrapping. Like, you can do it. You got this. I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful, happy, and safe holiday season, whatever you may be celebrating. Holiday season. Did I say that? I don't know. Whatever you may be celebrating, I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope that it's not too terribly different, but if it is, I am sorry. Such is the world right now. But hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Lots of crafting. Things that bring you joy. Good food, good tea. Tea that brings back good memories. To lighten your days. And yeah. So, with that, I have waffled on for quite a long time, and it's getting very dark, so I should probably take that as a cue to go. But again, I feel like this is a friendship that, like, you're hanging out with someone and you don't really want to go, but you need to go, but you like keep bringing up things to talk about, but you're like, I really need to go, but I also don't want to go. I feel like this is the situation right now. So, just gotta bite the bullet. I appreciate you for being you. I appreciate you for hanging out with me, leaving comments. Same as on a work call. This is a late work call. That's okay. Anyway, you are wonderful. And so yeah, that is all that I have for you guys for this week, for 2020, for this entire year. And with that, I will see you guys